Welcome back to another video, guys. It is definitely diverse here. I am joined by a good friend of mine, Sir Meowster. We're going to do a first impressions video for you on a game I've been very, very stoked for. It is Runescape Dragon Wilds. I've been a long time player, and by long time I mean almost early alpha slash beta of Runescape MMO. This is their new installment set in the same universe. Sir Meowster has played some of RuneScape MMO. How familiar are you, would you say, Sir Meowster, with RuneScape and the lore? Okay. So this will be a fun, interesting one, and I might actually make this a series in our survival playlist on the channel, because, again, I've been super excited for this. Me being a longtime fan of the game RuneScape, I know a lot of the lore, I know a lot of the gameplay and stuff like that, and since this is set in the same universe, I think it'll be interesting as Sir Meowster and I go through this, me being, I guess you could say, borderline a veteran of the game and the world, and Sir Meowster having, played it but not been super, super involved like I have. So I think it'll be a fun, interesting experience for the both of us. Have you created a character yet, Sir Meowster? I know I'm just now into it. Okay. So I'm working on creating right now, which I think is super cool because this is a HD sprite of what, I don't know if you remember back when RuneScape was first coming out. Like, this is the green pants, the tan shirt, the bald head. Like, this is your defaulted person just in HD textures, which is super cool. Right, yeah, they just basically HDified everything about it, which I think is cool. I think this is going to be... I think the thing I'm interested in most is that they have said that this is an emphasis on a co-op survival with all of the same skilling features as RuneScape had, and emphasis on bossing as well. So it doesn't sound like this is just going to be a straight... Rust style survival game. It sounds like this is going to be Rust mixed in with some actual co-op bossing, which I think will be cool. So I want to see how the combat plays out, and I want to see how the controls play out comparatively to its predecessor RuneScape, or I guess I can't call it predecessor because they're in two different games. I don't know what to call it, but I think it'll be interesting. Holy cow, those are some eyebrows. The eyes and brow, you can make yourself some real bushy eyebrows. Okay, I haven't played that one. I think it'll be interesting to go play that now, though. Okay, okay. We're gonna do... Oh, I can't change my... Ooh. Okay, so while we are limited in facial hair and hairstyles, they at least give us some good options. I'll give them that. And this is early access, so I don't expect this to be a grand work of art just yet. But it's still... It's cool to see us give some good options instead of some very, very basic... Okay, I'm hitting confirm. I've got my character down. Actually, we're not going to spell out. We're just going to abbreviate my name here. See if that's taken. It's not taken. Okay, cool. I've got my character. I'm going to hit play. I don't know how servers are going to work, so we're just going to have to take that as we will and figure that out together, I guess. Oh, okay, here we go. We can create our own world. Okay, so this is very... World creation, at least, looks like it's very Minecraft-esque, or other sandbox survival game-esque. So, we're going to hit play with friends, of course. World name. guess we'll do... there we go. We're not turning friendly fire on. Create. So I guess maybe this means this is a randomly generated world.
Adventure called, a brave few answered, and the expedition set sail.
Port Sarim, I love it.
Among them, an elite band of explorers, some of Geilinор's finest.
So we got the wise old man.
They were bound for uncharted waters in pursuit of a legend. Ashenfall. Had only they known the danger. Dragons, winged death descended from the skies. Blades were drawn and spells cast, but the dragons rained ruin. And so they vanished into the wild. They adapted, endured, wielded magic, sharp as steel, wits keen as arrows, always searching for a way to call for aid. And at last, they found it. The heroes are on their way, and the dragons, they'll never see it coming.
So, Sir Meowster not being familiar with Runescape, but those of us who are familiar with Runescape, I think it's really funny that we saw Port Sarim there. As an April Fool's, Sir Meowster, Jagex had at one point, because everybody wanted sailing as a skill. Everybody wanted it, and they kept teasing us, and for April Fool's one year, they actually told us we were going to get it, but then the update that came was actually just player-owned ports. So we could own our own port in Port Sarim for general merchandising purposes and quest purposes and things like that, but we didn't actually get sailing. So I think that's a little funny homage there in the beginning here, that we saw Port Sarim and then we saw a ship sail, and then technically, I guess this is another jab at us, we did get sort of sailing, except we just sailed to a different island, so to speak, because that is what they said this is. This is a completely separate island in the same realm of Geilinor, but a completely separate island. So I think that's pretty funny. And then, okay, we've got standard WAD's movement. That answers that question. That's the wise old man. I don't know if you remember him. He was technically in old school RuneScape. He was the guy with the party hat and the Saradomin staff. He would help you at a little bit on Tutorial Island, but then you could find him in other places like Lumbridge and Draenor later after you've gotten out. What is... Okay, so torch is our little button here. So we got our typical 1 through 8, which means we're going to have... Okay, speak to wise old man in the temple. Okay. Welcome to Ashenfall. Sorry about the mess. Had a bit of a dragon problem. That's why we've called for you. Okay, cool. You've come at a great time. Heroic opportunities wait. This long-forgotten place is just screaming to be explored. But before all of that, how about we take you through some survival basics? Yeah, I would love to know Jagex's survival basics. Want to get a grip with gathering and crafting first. Dork can help you with that. You'll find him outside the temple. Check your map if you get lost, but it should be easy to spot. He's the only dwarf on the continent that we know of anyway. Can't miss him. I guess actually if he's a dwarf, Mr. Wise Old Man, I could miss him. He is short. Is there any goodies hiding back here? Nope. Okay. Okay, so space is jump. Pretty similar controls to something like Minecraft or Vintage Story, it seems. See, M for map, yeah. Whoa! That's dragon. They might be, they look like it. sapling over here. Yes, this is Runescence. Okay. That's cool. So, what are you? Oh, it's a Kebbit. Oh, hey. Ow! Beat him up. Okay. I'm sure that's probably going to be for like armor crafting or something at some point. This is cool to see a little Saradomin holy symbol right here. One of the gods of the game. Okay, so I guess this is Doric. By Saradomin's big bushy beard, just our luck, a great ruddy dragon. Think it were him that got the others, may they rest in peace. But look at you, all skin and bones. Must be proper parched after a journey like that. Dehydration and starvation are deadlier than dragons, so you're gonna need to keep an eye on your basic needs, like hunger and thirst. Okay, that's good to know. Oh, yeah, there it is on the bottom left right there. And I'm guessing maybe a fatigue or rest is the little arm. I've marked 2 ponds on your map to the northwest and south of us. Grab some water from there and bring it back here, then I'll teach you what you need to survive. If you see a red berry bush along the way, grab yourself a handful. Not much of a meal, but a little food is better than no food at all. I agree. Okay, what is E does nothing, I does nothing. What, do we not get an inventory? What is it? Ah, yeah, there you go. Okay, that was my my next go-to. Okay, so looks like where at? Oh, okay, these ones. Alright, red berries. Cool. Okay. I mean, right off rip, it does seem pretty fluid. The movement doesn't seem too clunky. It's easy to understand, too. Okay. I'm not seeing a whole lot of stutter. Like I said, it seems pretty fluid for me. Yeah, because I can whip around my movement camera pretty quick while moving, and it doesn't seem to give me any drop in frame rate or stuttering or anything. Oh, okay. I could see that. Like, if I jump, do like a strafe jump, my shirt does get a little bit fuzzy on the edges. Yeah, I would say of all the things, I'd tolerate that a lot more than anything else. Okay. Oh, good, you got some water. A bit dirty, I know, but better than nothing. Be careful, though. The water's tainted, and it'll make life difficult if you drink too much. Xanax says boiling it sorts it all out, so might want to give that a look later when you've got a chance. Anyway, time we got you all set up to survive this harsh land. And look at you, not a knife to your name. No, we can't be doing with that. Come on, let's get you prepared. You need to go and craft a stone club. Alright, we're kicking it caveman style. It don't kill a dragon, but it's better than nothing, and it'll help you live a bit longer, giving you time to make something better. You'll need to gather stone and ash logs, which you can find lying around. You'll want to build a crafting table to craft the club. Oh, I'm Doric, by the way, resident blacksmith and craftsperson on this expedition. Nice to meet you. Now stop standing around and go make that club. Alright, so... Okay, yeah, these little rocks over here by the stone boulder, we can grab a couple of those. And these logs right here. Okay. You got some logs? Alright, cool. You need a workbench to craft tools. Press B. Okay, so B is our build menu. Okay, so our crafting table. Insufficient resources. What do we need for this? Oh, I need 4 ash logs. I have 3. That's what it is. It won't matter where it goes. I think for us to pass the tutorial, though, we're both going to need to make one. So I'm going to make one nearby where you're making one, too. Okay, so basic survival. Boom. Crafting. Okay. So, stone club, we'll need 8 stones and 6 wood. That seems a bit harsh, but at least they're just lying around. Better be a sturdy club, I'm just saying. 8 stones worth of a club. I see a ton of sticks, but the stones don't seem to be as prevalent. Yeah, I noticed that, like, when you find some, there's a lot near... Oh, I see some over there that you're talking about, yeah. There's, like, a lot all clustered together once you find them. Oh, armor, okay. Oh, now I need logs, okay. Oh, I just leveled up? To open my skills menu. Oh, okay. Oh, woodcutting. So picking up ash logs counts as woodcutting XP, just so you know. And they do still use the same logos as they did in RuneScape for the skills, which I do like. I enjoy that quite a bit. Alright, so we'll go Stone Club, craft that. Cool. Wood shield, of course we'll craft one of those. Alright. So now we'll go there. I just leveled up my crafting skill. Okay. So is there a... Oh, C is crouch. Okay, how do I open my character menu? Is that under... It is, okay. Is there a... That's weird. Oh, okay, so on your hotbar, you don't have to have equipped items on your hotbar. It looks like you can just have those in your main inventory. So that's nice. That's what I was trying to look at. So like once you create your club, you can hit the right click equips it, and then you can move it to your main inventory instead of the hotbar inventory. Okay. Alright, that's a fine club you got, but even the best weapons break over time. When that happens, use crafting bench to repair your gear. Now you've got something to fight with. Go chat to Vinaka over to the northeast. He can teach you how to keep fighting fit. That's cool. We get Vinaka as well. Before you go, here's something to help on the way. What did you give me? You gave me some soups. Vegetable soup. You sure did. Okay. Put you down there for now. So, Sir Meowstering, since you didn't play a whole lot, Doric is from, it sounds like actually all of the characters we're going to be encountering are all going to be same characters. I'm interested to find out if they introduce new characters. Doric was from your Dwarven mining quest, in which you get the Dwarven multi-cannon, which was really cool. Vanaka is your combat tutor in RuneScape, so it's cool that it sounds like he's returning. Yeah, I'm going to be curious to see if they introduce new, like actual new characters. Because if so, that'll be cool. Which would also make sense because I'm sure we're probably not going to be the only ones on this island. I'm sure they're going to introduce like actual characters for us to talk to and stuff like that. Oh man, the HD model of Vanaka is awesome. Oh, there's a lore book here we can read. That's cool. Old Vanaka's an odd chap, loyal to a fault, but not one to show affection. I still remember how he trained me, instilling me with a hatred for him that pushed me right past the pain. He was merciless. He was relentless. His training made me ache every day. So I took months of resentment and I balled them into a fist. With all of my loathing, rammed it right into his face. He was so proud that I punched him, so pleased with me for bruising his jaw, because that was the first time I had walked on my new leg without having to think through every painful motion. He had given me something else to turn my loathing on that wasn't myself. That lummox took a broken kid, ready to give up on the world, and turned him into a warrior. He's a good man, Vanaka, even if he won't always admit it. So of course, I said I'd join him on this adventure. I feel like there's more than just a curiosity here for him. Something deeper, something hidden, a pain behind the eyes. So yeah, I'll help him find what he's looking for. It's what a good friend does. Okay. Holy cow, it's getting dark, and it's getting dark fast. Yeah, that's a really pretty sky, though. That's a real pretty sky. Oh, yeah. Because we're early access, we get the Pioneer Cape. Alright, Vanaka says, well met, young pup. Looking to get yourself ready to face off against a dragon? You'll need more than a potato masher to kill one, but you've got to start somewhere. Look, you may have a weapon, but every great warrior knows wars are won by the stomach, not the blade. Behind me, up that little hill, is a windmill infested with rats. I want you to kill some of them and cook their meat. Don't pull that face. You can't be a picky eater in a place like this. Food will make you healthier and hardier, and much more likely to survive. Cook 2 rats and bring them back to me. No one said survival would be pretty. That's funny because also in RuneScape, when Vanaka was your combat tutor, that was one of the first things he had you do, which was to kill rats. It's good to see not much has changed with Vanaka. Alright, so swinging your club does use stamina. It sure is. It's a restless spirit. Ooh, okay. Based on the dialogue, if it's the same as RuneScape, we're going to eventually either encounter or be able to craft a Ghost Speak amulet, because that was also an early quest in RuneScape. So that will be cool to see as another returning item. Dude just got deleted. So I do like that they made the combat in such a way that it's not going to allow you to mindlessly be swing because your stamina meter. So it is going to like require you to be using your shield defensively while your stamina regens, and then you can go back into the combat. That does make things feel a little more interesting than just Swing, 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 swing. Oh, am I going to take damage for this? Nope. Okay, we're good. Alright, let's see. I've got 2 raw rat meat. I've just got to cook it now. I guess. So campfire we're going to need stone for. We need 4 stone and 4 ash logs. So I'm gonna... Alright, I'm going to eat these berries and drink this water that I found. Because my thirst, now that you mention it, thank you for saying something, ain't looking good either. At the pond. Here, I'll take you there. Where... Oh, okay. So I'm guessing that the food and water, we can actually go down this way. Literally right down the hill right here. You should see the body of water. So I'm guessing food and water are gonna play a part in stamina regen. Ooh, did you hear that? Tell me I'm not the only one that heard that. I thought I heard a bear, like a very deep growl. I'm hoping I'm tripping. So I'm just going to grab 25 water. Okay. I'll come over to you and we'll cook those rats. Grab this wood that I'm finding along the way. Rat roast. Alright. So I'm going to leave the rat roast, the other rat roasts over there for you. We need 2 for Vinaka. I've got my 2. Myself the Pioneer Cape as well. Oh, okay. Well met, young pup. Seems your hunt was successful. I see you've gathered the food I asked for. It may not exactly be gourmet cooking, but a meal like this could make the difference between life and death. You'll not be taking on any dragons if you're starving to death. You will find rats are annoyingly resilient to clubs. Some enemies can resist certain damage types and be vulnerable to others. Rats, for example, don't take kindly to getting stabbed. Here, take this little butter knife to make it easier to fight them in the future. You can have this as well. It'll help with what's next. Right, let's teach you a bit about magic. Xanax, the one to talk to for that. You can find her down the road just before the river. Okay, so we got a stone dagger and we got a stone logging axe from him. We're gonna do... Yeah, we'll do that. Oh. Alright. Oh, okay, I see. I see now. Okay. So your hotbar can quick equip items. Okay. This guy over here, Zanuck. The one at the tent. Or sorry, Vanaka, not Zanuck. Zanuck is the next guy he'll send you to learn about magic, which, if you're going to play this similar to how you play RuneScape, this is going to be your time to shine here. Because if I recall correctly, your actual RuneScape character is a mage. I will say that I like the feel of RuneScape. Like, it doesn't feel too far off of RuneScape. So I do appreciate that a lot. Yeah, I appreciate that because, of course, them stepping outside their comfort zone into a survival-based game like this is big. So having that charm of RuneScape and the feeling of home definitely helps. I mean, if you consider, because some people do consider old school RuneScape a different game than RuneScape 3, but outside of RuneScape, not to my knowledge, this is the first time they've made a whole nother game. And then this is Zanuck, our little goblin friend, also, again, returning from the land of Geilinor to help us in our adventure here.
Uh-huh.
Dragons. It had to be... Actually, can you do that on a campfire? There's a contamination bar? Oh, okay. That's good to know. Alright, so Zanuck says dragons, it had to be dragons. Oh, hi, sorry, nice to meet you. I'm Zanuck. I'm the local survival guide and goblin expert around here. The interesting thing about Ashenfall is that it's laced with magic. Anima everywhere, pouring out of the ground, which we can use to our advantage. Here, I'll show you. First, let's look at things without magic to help you. I need you to cut down a couple of trees and bring me some ash logs. Simple, right? About 50 ash logs should do it, so make sure you've got a well-maintained axe. Shouldn't take too long. Come back to me when you have them. Okay, so this is the part where I'm actually going to equip my woodcutting axe, and we're going to go... Oh, every swing on a tree also uses stamina. That's cool. I think she said logs, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, with the right click. It does more damage, but also uses more stamina, which makes sense. Gotta balance it out. Alright, this log is literally rolling away from having to step and then swing and then step and then swing. I've got a runaway log still. That's funny. Yeah, it's very well thought out. And for an early access game, that's cool to see. Alright, so I've got 50 logs, which is what she wants, so I'm going to go talk to her again. Great, you've got them. Now, between you and me, that was a bit repetitive, right? I'd be exhausted having to do all that all the time. Fortunately, we've got magic. As you improve in a skill, you'll discover spells that you can use, such as my favorite, astral projection. As a fan of dad jokes, I love that. Instead of astral projection, it's astral projection. We're here for it. I'm okay with it. Astral projection will let you slice down trees with a wave of your fingers, much less time consuming than the lumberjack gig. But magic comes at a cost. Runes. You'll need both air and astral runes to cast astral projection. So here's how to get them. See those geysers around with the floating rocks, which Sir Mouser pointed out earlier? Take this pickaxe and mine some essence from them. Build a rune altar, and then craft the runes from rune essence. Okay, so that is following in line with RuneScape. However, it sounds like, and we'll find out here in a second when we build it, it sounds like if you build a rune altar, you're not limited to a specific type of rune like in RuneScape. In RuneScape, rune altars are found scattered throughout Geilinor, and you have to go to a specific one to craft a specific rune. But it sounds like this is going to be like a generalized crafting table to craft any kind of runes you need. Let's... Oh, okay. Well, that's good. That way we don't have to double dip in resources. That's actually very nice. Alright, so we're going to go to build menu here. Crafting? Why can't I? What? Furniture, crate, no. Decoration, no. It's certainly not going to be under flooring or walls. Excuse me. Zanuck, if you want me to craft this for you, I believe you're going to have to give me the ability to... Wait a minute. You know what? I wonder. I'm going to go back over here to my crafting table. I wonder if you have to go to the crafting table to craft the rune table. Or the rune... I'm going to come back over here with you. Oh my goodness. My character is dehydrated as all get out. Oh, I see the contamination meter you're talking about. Okay. Did you confirm if we can boil water here? How do I get out of here? Ah, there we go. Okay, so craft. Okay. So I'm going to make 11 more clean water here on the fire. While we do that, I'm going to check the crafting table to see... Okay, no. Oh, that's right. She said to mine the essence first and then to... Okay, yeah, that makes sense. She did say that. I guess it helps to pay attention and not be an idiot like myself. Alright, so... Dang. There we go. There we go. Alright, so... Yep, rune altar. 12 stone, 4 rune essence. Cool deal. I guess, since we don't really have a house yet, we're just doing tutorial stuff. I'm going to lump all of our crafting stuff right here next to each other. I guess that's probably going to be the best idea. So we know where our centralized crafting hub is. Cool with that? I'm sure that's going to be one of the tutorials. Okay. Wait a minute. Alright, so... Did that go into my inventory? It did not. What? I'm confusion here. Oh, do I just not have enough? I don't think I have enough rune essence. I think that's what it is. Let's see. Oh, do I have a separate rune pouch or something? Oh, dude, that boiled water fills up so much more of your thirst meter also. Ah! Sir Meowster has tried to commit friendly fire. That was a massive tree, dude. What? No way. Oh, the question is, can you use the cast to chop it into smaller logs? Oh, so then you have to use a basic, like an actual hand tool to chop them further. I guess magic can't do it all. Right? At least this magic can't. This first episode is going to be pretty long, getting through the tutorial. I think we'll shorten up the next episodes. But as we're getting through the tutorial, at the very least, I'll keep that all one fluid episode. Speaking of, I'm going to go back to her so that I can turn that in to her. I don't think I like how much it slows you down when you're eating while walking, but that might get tweaked. I'm sure that there's a lot of things that are going to get tweaked throughout the early access. I have no doubt we'll see tons and tons of updates. Great work. Runes are the lifeblood of magic. You'll need them to cast spells and use magic staves. A well-placed spell can make all the difference. You'll unlock new spells as you improve your skills. Here, this book should help you toward that. Have a play around with them. You'll find they can be incredibly useful. Right. Now that you've learned the basics, it's time to get started. The wise old man is waiting for you just outside Bramblemead Village. Follow your compass to find him. Better not keep him waiting too long. He gets real cranky. It's true. He actually does. Okay, so that means we will have to travel east into the fog. I do like the little fog of war style map that they did, reminiscent of like Civilization. That's kind of cool. Undiscovered parts of your map is just like a little foggy mist. What is this book? Oh, this leveled up my skills. That's cool. Whoa. Alright, here we go. You ready? Yeet. Alright, that's just too cool. I saw it. I thought it was gonna make it. It didn't quite make it. Oh my goodness. I'm wondering if the wise old man's gonna give us another basics tutorial, or if this is the end of the basics. Yeah, that's what I'm doing too. Once I get through these, I'll go ahead and end our first episode, and then we'll carry on to go see the Wise Old Man. But general first impressions, I think game's very fluid. I don't like that the logs run away from you if you're down a hill. That's kind of annoying. That's not a deal breaker though. I have not played Valheim. I do want to get into that. I've heard good things. But yeah, it's not a deal breaker. I just think it's kind of funny that I have to walk a step and then go chop and then walk and then chop and then walk and then chop. Alright, there we go. So I guess we're coming up on our second night of our adventure here. We were able to boil some water, understand how to make clean water, understand how to cook food. We learned how to build crafting tables and runes, how to use the spells. I think it's a good start to our adventure. In our next episode, we will go see the Wise Old Man. We'll travel east and see what the Wise Old Man has to say. Probably explore a little bit. I think it'd be a good idea to get a shelter. If the Wise Old Man doesn't teach us how to build, I think it'd be a good idea to just make us a shelter. I don't think it's going to hurt anything. But we will see you guys in the next episode. I hope you enjoyed watching and enjoyed tagging along with us as we have our first impressions here. Sir Meowster, what are your first impressions of the game so that we can wrap up? Yeah, I do think that the magic they definitely capitalized on in this comparatively to RuneScape. They did do a lot to help with RuneScape, but the combat and the use of spells still feels very basic. So I think that's cool that we got more utilization as well as more intricacy to using magic in this, which excites me for ranged combat to see if it's also compounded on, because of course we've already discovered with our club and shield that the melee combat of course is very different as well. It's not a slash take a hit slash take a hit. There's more to it, more moving pieces, which is cool. So we will catch you guys in the next episode. I know we're enjoying it. If you enjoy what you're seeing, please feel free to leave a like, a comment. Let us know if you're playing it too. I'm doing my best to react to all of your comments and interact with you guys as much as possible. Until next time, I hope you guys have a wonderful evening, and we will see you in the next episode.